In this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to build a personal brand and structure it correctly so that you can turn it into clients and start monetizing it. This is the only video you're going to need if you want to become a creator, you are a creator, or you just want to work on the back end of an info product and operate it. This is all of the information. This is the full system. As you can see on my screen, I have everything. I created this on my own. This is all the systems that I've been doing for years on operating and doing the back end of info products for creators. Make sure to stick around for the entire video because we're gonna go over building the personal brand, the creator acquisition side of things, deploying the offer, and an extra bonus piece of information, which is the content engine. This is the full marketing and content system to actually get clients, and I'm going to show you real results from the back end of creators that I have personally worked and done all of the operating for. Now, just to run through a little breakthrough of everything we're gonna cover, choosing your niche if you wanna go on the creator side of things or just the info operator side of things, the client pipeline, social medias to use, platforms to use, how to optimize your Instagram correctly, DM conversion system, the closing call process, how to accept payments, building, creating your offer, low ticket setup with real results from a Discord community that I fully ran the backend systems for. The VSL section, landing page, application system, which is a Typeform setup we're gonna go over. The post booking system, after they book a call, what you need to do. And then the foolproof sales system, start to close. So absolutely everything. And of course I touched on the content engine, which is, organic marketing, and then a full YouTube strategy that will print you money. So I'm gonna kind of break down what an info product is if you are new to the space. So if you've seen creators that are online making a lot of money, if they're not, a celebrity or a streamer or something like that, they're an influencer and they sell a product. This is the full system on how they actually make their money. So basically an info product is a piece of information that you sell to an audience. Just to give you some more context on me, I've been in the info space for years now. I first started off with a social media marketing management agency. I've worked with some of the top influencers in the crypto space. If you are in crypto, there's a 90% chance that you've probably seen these influencers that I've worked the full back end side of things. I'm gonna show you later on just some small examples from my own offer of systems that I have run personally. So make sure to stick around for the video. I'm gonna show you the exact systems and strategies that convert smaller audience into a lot of money. Not just with the info product side of things, but the actual branding. Right now, I'm literally wearing my own branded clothing, and I made this clothing a couple years ago just because I wanted to, like literally no reason. It is literally the most profitable way that you can make money online. It's the best business to get into, and actually the operating side of things, because a lot of creators don't know how to monetize their audience correctly, or they are not currently building the right audience or attracting the right audience. Choosing your niche. Remember this is very important. An attractive personal brand alone is not enough by itself to make money with info products, all right? There are different types of creators. Not all audiences convert the same. Here's a couple examples of some creators that you've probably seen before. First, understand the most important rule. You cannot build around just looking good alone if you want clients. Let's look at these accounts. Very big Instagram profiles, right? Now, mostly though, they just show lifestyle. This is like lifestyle content. Now, Iman in the middle here, he does have an info product. He's kind of the founding father of info products. And as you can see from his Instagram, it's not really optimized for selling his offer. You can just see kind of luxury lifestyle content behind the scenes of what he does on the day-to-day. As you can see, he has a picture here holding a cat, but if you kind of zoom in, he's wearing a really nice Rolex. So it's kind of just like luxury lifestyle flexing, I guess you could say. Aiden, this is all more of like behind the scenes lifestyle. Now Dan here, this is his main profile, but for selling an info product, it's not really optimized the best way Now, obviously, he's a creator, so if he were to sell one, it probably would get some money. But if he literally just put the link in his bio, like, he would get no one buying it, okay? You have to structure it the right way. You have to make content the right way to actually attract these high ticket clients for people to buy your product. I'm gonna go over low ticket and high ticket a little later, but remember this, before signing clients, the first step is deciding what kind of person you actually want to attract. This is kind of what I was talking about. You want to choose 1 to 2 niches max that you want to build around. Do not try to speak to everybody. This is very important, okay? This is the deciding factor. Personal brand niche versus operator niche. The creator side versus the operator side. What do you want to do? So if you are a creator, you're gonna kind of want to focus on, or you probably have one of these niches. And if you just want to be the back-end operator side of things, this is what you can work on. But understand the core rule. People spend more when there is a clear return. The stronger the ROI, which is return on investment, the easier the niche is to monetize. So personal brand kind of skill-based niches. Here's a couple examples. Fitness, style, aesthetic, travel, lifestyle, mindset, self-improvement, productivity, dating, social skills, creative skills, content creation, personal development. These niches can work, okay, but only if they are tied to a real transformation or an outcome. You can also, work in like the crypto space, online money type of space. These are just a few examples of some niches that work on the creator side. A personal brand niche without an offer becomes entertainment. Remember that. An operator niche without identity becomes replaceable. Now, this is very important. And as you can see, a lot of influencers, they are not optimized correctly to sell an info product, first of all. Second of all, they might not know how to do it. So this video is for you. Now, the operator side of things. Business opportunity niches, content monetization, lead generation, client acquisition, personal brand growth operating, right? Audience monetization, offer creation, growth systems, sales conversion, community building, automation, backend leverage, usually built around money, leverage, growth, or business outcomes. In this video, I am going to go over absolutely all of those things. Now, you need to use a metric to simplify this. I like to use MPA, it's money per audience, right? Whatever. It's a smaller audience of buyers is worth more than a bigger audience of spectators. I'm gonna break this down a little later on some real life results on how most people think that you need to go viral to make a lot of money or you need to get a ton of views, but that is not necessarily true. You can make more money from 1,000 viewers that is a high demographic versus a 10,000 viewers of a low demographic, right? I'm gonna break all of that down. What actually matters. Now, the best niche is not the one with the most followers, it is the one with the highest buyer intent. Couple of questions, right, that you need to ask yourself when you are looking at the audience. Are they already investing? Do they want a result badly? Can you help them make money, gain status, or get a transformation? Can your content naturally lead into your offer? Another thing that is very important from deciding on which one you want to do. Personal brand, this side of things, it is a little harder. It takes a little longer because you actually have to build up a profile, build up an audience. But the difference from this and operating is this one, at the end of the day, is the most valuable, okay? Let's look at Iman, for example. Any of these influencers, they have such a big personal brand that, to be honest, they are always going to be able to sell some type of product. And info product is literally educational, and you can sell that like pretty much no matter what when you start optimizing your content the right way. So you do gain a lot of status with building your own personal brand. The operator side, obviously, you don't really have the status side of things. You have to look at it more of like a business and for money, obviously. That's kind of the main differences. But the benefit of being an info operator and just working on the back end of everything, you don't have to necessarily build up an audience or post all of the time. And so you can literally start this immediately. So we're gonna go straight into it. Now, your client pipeline. Content filters your leads before you DM them, okay? And we're gonna touch on like DMing, outreach, everything that you need to know with both sides, but it's really gonna be heavy operator and heavy monetization of your personal brand, because that is actually how you make money from it. But like I said, I'm gonna go over the marketing strategy and foolproof systems that are gonna get you printing without having to go viral, where attention actually converts. You don't need more people, like I've said, you need the right people seeing you. My approach, not random outreach, okay? You want to reach out to the right kind of people. I don't spam random accounts. I position the content correctly. I attract, then I kind of break down these people and identify. Let's break down the only platforms that you're gonna need to use. YouTube is the highest buyer intent. It's long form trust. It's the absolute best platform to make money from. And I'm gonna break that down, later on in the video. Instagram, it's best for positioning. It's best for inbound plus DMs and also social proof. Twitter, it's strong for authority and conversations. TikTok is mainly only good for reach because it does have a lower buyer intent. You can go viral quite easily, but the type of audience is usually of a low demographic. So high intent, YouTube, IG, Twitter, low intent, TikTok, it's mostly viewers. This is how leads are created. Content, the right person watches, they resonate with the content, they engage either through your funnel, they reach out to you, and they become a lead, right? So if your content is wrong, your leads will always be low quality. This is why it is very important to do content the right way and how to optimize it correctly. Finding qualified people, not random. You don't want to just reach out to anybody random. Like you might be thinking, oh, I know so many people I can reach out to. First of all, they probably don't want to become a creator. Second of all, they have no intention on making money online, for example. You need to reach out to the right people. People engaging with your content, followers of similar creators in your niche, comment sections of relevant posts, people already trying to grow, monetize, that's very important. Warm viewers, stories, replies, likes. Okay, so going back to these examples, would you think these people are good people to reach out to sell an info product? No, okay? You're probably like, oh, well, Aiden Ross, he has 6 million followers, he's famous, he knows all of these celebrities, and he doesn't sell an info product. Like, let me reach out to him. No. If you're first starting off or kind of have some traction in the space, that's not gonna work. Now, that being said though, if you are someone like Iman, right, he could reach out to Aiden and he could tell him, yo, like, you should sell an info product, or you should somehow monetize your audience in a different way from how you already are with streaming and everything. In that case, there's a chance of that happening. But if you are first starting off, that's not gonna work out. You need to be like top dog to reach out to these huge influencers. You wanna go for people like myself or people that have like 10 to 40,000 followers, someone that is a small creator and does not really understand or know any of this stuff. Going back to the platform breakdown, this is a pipeline. This is going from worst to best. TikTok, like I said, it is probably the lowest demographic of people. It's not the best platform to use. Honestly, it's mainly best for just reach. It's a lower buy intent. Now, Instagram, it's the best platform for DM outreach, 100%. It's the only platform that I use for trying to land creators and then for my own offer as well. Obviously, I have my own offer, and this is the exact system that I teach my own clients on how to monetize and build their personal brand the right way. Instagram's also good for DM conversations, warm leads, fast outreach. How you're going to use it: reply to story viewers, DM engaged followers, target niche pages with reels or like carousel posts. Kind of go into that a little later in the marketing strategy. So Twitter is really good if you build up your account and tweet to an actual audience. If you just download a Twitter like today and start posting, it's literally pointless. You have to kind of build that up. The only way to build that up, by the way, I'm going to talk about that, but Twitter and X, it's best for conversations and authority building. A lot of people, they'll choose either, going full in on Instagram or kind of going full in on Twitter. On Twitter, you can speak your mind and teach more. It's more of an authoritative platform to use, but it's really, really good for converting people into what you actually teach. Anyways, how you are going to use it, you need to reply to tweets daily, start conversations, convert the replies in the DMs. It's mainly for starting conversations and building authority. Now, YouTube, it is the best platform. It is the highest money per viewer platform. This will convert and is the #1 platform that all of the top influencers and people in the info operating space, they use YouTube. Like I mentioned, later on in the video, I'm going to show you the full back-end system of a small YouTube creator that I built from literally nothing to making them 6 figures plus with a small audience, okay? YouTube, it's best for high-ticket clients and trust building. The way you're going to use it, speak directly to your ICP, call out their problems, send them to a form or a call. I'm gonna break that down in the Typeform section, the funnel section. Now, why YouTube converts highest, it's long form builds trust, okay? Viewer spends more time with you, they understand your thinking, they are already warmed up before reaching out. Attention quality over attention quantity. 10K views from the right people is better than 100K views from random people that are not interested. This is the sauce. This is why the top creators use YouTube the most, because it is the best platform to get clients. Now we're gonna talk about how your Instagram profile controls response. You need to optimize your profile in the right way. I'm gonna show some examples, but your profile matters more than your message, okay? You need to optimize your profile more than like the DM itself, and I'm gonna break down like exactly what you need to do. I've tested every type of DM possible. The message alone is not what determines replies. I have tested this with creators accounts that have like 30 to 100,000 followers, and I've also tested this with lower accounts. What the difference is from having a ton of posts, from having no posts, what kind of profile picture you have, what kind of posts you have, literally everything. Different niches, crypto, lifestyle, fitness. So I'm gonna break it down. Majority is profile, the minority is the message. A lot of people think, what's the best message? Well, you need to have your profile set up correctly. Now, don't get it wrong, like, oh shit, I have to create a whole personal brand before I can start getting clients. That is not necessarily true. You just have to build it up to a certain extent to start getting clients. And I'm going to literally teach you how you can do that without having the brand itself. So yeah, I'm gonna drop crazy game. What people get wrong, they try to fix a message instead of fixing how they're perceived. Everything you need on your profile. Clear face photo, 6 to 9 solid posts, not random, stick within your niche. Clean name, not username spam that's like ... / 123 your name, whatever, right? Bio shows what you do, basic follower count, credibility. We'll look at my page, for example. I have it built up, and I have it built up in like lifestyle niche, very luxury, social proof. Obviously, you can tell I make money. Ton of views on Reels. This is like a perfect example of what you kind of want to go for if you are in your specific niche, whatever. I do lifestyle niche because I've been in the back end of operating for creators. And basically, I just show my lifestyle. My Instagram isn't necessarily optimized for selling an info product. So yeah, my Instagram is like a perfect example. I have a decent following. I stick to one niche. It's like luxury lifestyle. And I have a ton of social proof, a ton of views on my page. Now, don't get me wrong, like since I have been like behind the scenes doing the back end info operating type of stuff for years now, I obviously, have made money to fund this kind of personal brand or lifestyle. So if you are starting off, you obviously don't have like all the social proof. So don't worry, I'm gonna show you how to do that, even if you don't have this type of stuff. But this is kind of what I've done and works for my offer because it's a lot easier for me to land creators. Now, the first impression decides everything When someone clicks on your page, they instantly judge you, okay? They question if you're legit. Should I take you seriously? Do I respond or do I ignore? When you do send them in a DM, these things really matter. So what strong profile signals? Direction, not random content. Intent, not casual posting. Progress, you're doing something real. We'll look back on my Instagram. I stick to a niche. There's high intent, a lot of money around, a lot of social proof, a lot of views. And that relates to like progress. Something actual real is happening either behind the scenes or on your profile. Weak profile equals no response. Even with a good DM, they won't take you seriously. So this is an example of a good DM, all right? Yo, Matthew, bro, just curious, who handles your overall clipping and content direction right now? You or someone else, okay? That's a good message. Like, that's a good message. I've obviously have seen this message a million times, but that's not a bad message. If I was curious on clipping, getting some clippers, this would be a good message. But look at their followers, right? Look at their account. 20 followers, 25 posts. No, the profile picture is not optimized correctly, not showing their face, and their posts, literally, it's like random stuff. So would you answer this guy's DM? No, right? Perception is instant. People decide what they think about you in seconds before even reading the message. This is super important. This matters a lot. Now, the message still matters even with a pretty good profile. And you know, a message that I've done that works is simple, right? Do you sell one-on-one mentorship? But like I said, it only works if the profile is strong. If not, it's gonna get ignored like this one. Now we're gonna go over the DM conversion system. Remember, this works for both if you are a creator and you want to get clients, or if you want to be an operator and get creator clients. Don't overdo volume. First thing, this is my full outreach process. From the first message that I send to how I guide the conversation, to how I move them to call, and how I turn that into a client. The conversion flow. From first the message to context to call to the client. Every DM is a chance to move someone forward, keep it simple, and get them off DMs as fast as possible. Initial DM, continue conversation, breakdown, call. First thing you need to do is the DM, okay? A good example, are you currently monetizing your page? Obviously, don't use this exact one. You know, you can use AI or ChatGPT to come up with a ton of outreach messages for the specific niche or specific client, but something simple, okay? Are you currently monetizing your page? Simple message works best because it doesn't feel like a pitch. That is very important. You don't want to sound like everybody pitching, like send an entire large paragraph. Like, bro, if I get a large paragraph, I'm not gonna respond to that shit. I'm busy. I'm working on my own stuff, working on my own offers. You need to understand, like, if someone genuinely needs the help, you just got to be real with them. You're going to have a higher chance of converting. So platform limits, don't overdo volume. When I was first starting off, I was a killer, okay? Or I thought I was doing like 100 outreaches a day, just all day long. Outreach, blah, 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 blah. But then I later realized that staying around like 20 to 40 a day is way better, focusing on some higher intent leads, okay? Space them out, don't send all at once, repeat daily. You don't want to spam and send like the same message, you kind of want to personalize it. If you spam, your replies will drop and the account gets weaker over time. Now this message, it works for two reasons. It fits the preview, doesn't look like a pitch, and it feels like you're asking about them, not selling to them. You want to build up a relationship with these people. The second that this person gets the sense that you're going to sell to them, it literally turns them off immediately and they're probably not going to respond to you. You want to look at this as building a relationship, and you don't want to look at the money from it. As crazy as that sounds, you want to look at the actual value that you provide to them. If you have money in your mind the entire time, you're just going to sound like you're selling, sound like, oh, an ad. You're going to sound like an ad. If you sound like you are actually there to help them, you are going to get them as a client. You don't want to sound salesy, like at all, honestly. What their inbox usually looks like. Instagram only shows a short preview, so first line matters the most. If your message fits in the preview, it doesn't feel like a pitch, there's no hidden sales message. Very important. So like I said, kind of going back to this, I have a million DMs just like this. in my inbox of people trying to either get me for operating and to sell an info product, or everything from content to appointment setters. My messages are flooded with people. I don't even have a crazy big audience. So imagine like the top influencers in the space, like you're not gonna stand out, okay? Second, you wanna build interest. Something important, I like to work with creators already trying to monetize. There's a lot of people that will tell you like, just go for beginners, just try to work with beginners. Now, I'll tell you, the reason I don't necessarily like to do this is because someone that is already a creator, someone that already has some content, they already have a niche, you can start operating for them immediately. You can start building everything else that I'm gonna touch on in this video, and you can start getting their offer out, start getting money as fast as possible. Now, going off this, you need to choose the right offer. Based on their audience and the situation, you decide what offer makes the most sense. So based on their niche, based off of what their audience is like. So for example, you have two options, a low ticket offer, high ticket offer. I'm gonna go over both and the best ways to build a low ticket offer, best ways to build a high ticket offer. When it comes to a low ticket offer, you've probably seen these if you are in the space. You've probably seen influencers or creators, they have a low ticket offer or high ticket offer, or they have both. When it comes to a low ticket offer, these are usually priced at $50 to $200 one time, or $20 to $100 monthly. This would be a subscription basis. These are just examples, but these are the most common ones. Usually community or basic access. Now, the high ticket offer, usually, this is an example, but $1,000 to $3,000 up front, direct support, guidance, like one-on-one mentorship, clear outcome, defined time frame. So lower ticket offer, an example, it's a lower buying power, younger audience, lower income platform like TikTok. Now the example with the high ticket offer is higher buying power, older audience, more serious platform like YouTube. Adjust based on what they already have. If they already sell high, add a lower entry option. If they sell low, build a higher value offer. So if they sell high, add a lower entry option to capture more leads. If they sell low, create a higher value offer to increase revenue per client. I'm gonna break down all of this. Either way, you're working with people already spending money. If they sell low ticket, you could be making a lot more with a higher value offer. We can just adjust what you already have instead of starting from scratch. If they sell a high ticket, what are you doing with people who don't buy right away? There's usually a big opportunity there. If they aren't monetizing, then obviously you're leaving money on the table. With the right setup, you could start converting your audience. I mostly like to work with high ticket offers. Obviously, I'm gonna show you examples of a low ticket offer that I ran for a creator. You know, they both work, they're just a little different. I'm gonna break that down later on in the sections of deploying the offer. You know, after you build interest with your right offer, you need to have a breakdown video, usually a Loom video. I'm going to show you what that means. Left to right, visual breakdown, simple. So what you will do is you can create a mirror board like this. You want to use their page as context, what you can provide, what kind of offer that you can sell for their page. Example solution, show potential upside, what they need to do, and how you fit in. You're gonna put that into a Loom video that you're going to DM them. The reason you do this is because you're providing value immediately, right? So if you're DMing someone and you sound salesy, you break down a bunch of stuff, like most creators are going to think you're selling them something, they don't care. But if you provide them value immediately, show them that you actually care, a personalized video explaining what you can do for them, what offer you can provide for them, exactly what you're going to do, they're gonna trust you better. Then from that video, you can get them onto a call. Now, the main problem, they don't trust you yet, they assume you're new or you don't actually have results. How I solve this, I remove the risk by showing proof, using real examples, making it clear what they'll get. Leverage proof, with my clients that I work with, I give them access to all of my results. So if you are new and starting off, that will literally jumpstart you and help you immediately, because I will give you all of my results, clients that I've worked with, my examples, to build that trust way faster. That is just one of the upsides of working with me in my one-on-one mentorship. And I'm gonna break that down a little more in the offer structure later on in the video. So make sure, stick around, okay? Now we're going to talk about the closing call process. Final step, get them on a call. After you do all of these things, you reached out to them, you DM them, you send them the Loom video, you want to get them on a sales call, I guess you could say, and close them to be your client. At the end of the breakdown, I direct them to a call. Follow-up message, send the breakdown, then ask for their thoughts. Keep it simple, don't pitch them, don't want it to sound salesy. Their response, they'll either ask questions or be ready to move forward. Either way, send them the link. I'm gonna show you the exact Calendly link to set up the call. Very straightforward. This is an example of someone that I booked a call with for my one-on-one mentorship that wanted help, was super eager to start. As you can see, time is locked in, setup is instant. Just join the link from the email right at 11. We'll get started. I already sent them the whole link, sent them the whole process. And as you can see, super eager to start moving forward. Joe was just confirming for 11, like this guy was like on it. He wanted to hop on the call immediately and start working together. Use a Calendly booking link. Don't go back and forth manually. You will lose people, okay? You want it to be very easy for them because this is where a lot of people actually will lose an interested client because they might forget or whatever it may be. So every extra message is equals to more drop-off percentage. Simple setup, okay? Calendly. If you are familiar with this, great. If you're not, this is the full structure. After they book, you can either do a one-call close or a two-step close. The one-call close, best when it's simple, you can close immediately. The two-step close is better if it needs explaining. So the first call, it's better if you set up the first call, kind of go over the plan of what you could provide for them, what they need to do, if you need more information. And then the second call, you can come up with a full plan for them and kind of go through that, present that to them in the second call and close them. If they booked a call, they are already highly interested. All you have to do is basically close them, figure out if they are a right fit. Now, this isn't a hard close. You're not convincing them. You're seeing if it makes sense to work together, okay? What you need to understand, what they're currently doing, how they monetize, if they are monetizing, where they're stuck, what they've already tried, and what they actually want. With the single call close, if it's simple and clear, make the decision on the call. Two-step, if it needs more thought, map it out. Second call, decide. If they're in, collect their name, their email, basic info, then move to the next step immediately. Send agreement same day and lock in the first call to start working for them. Most of the time, I will map out the plan first, just so that they have a clear process on what you're actually going to provide for them. And basically it's break down the plan clearly, then review it on the next call. But if they're ready to go, close them. Now, deal structure. I usually structure it as a 15 to 30% based on what we build together. That's with the creator side. That's what you can kind of do. Depends on the situation, but it's tied to performance. Now, why performance-based, right? It aligns incentives and makes the offer easier to say yes to because it's literally performance-based. Off of everything that you provide them, how much money that it actually generates, you get a percentage of all that. Upfront versus performance. Upfront works, but performance scales better long term. This is basically for the operating side of things. Obviously, sometimes I add a small upfront if I need extra commitment, if you do want to get some money immediately. Now, obviously, this is a little different for creator versus the operator side of things. Performance-based is mostly for like an operator, but if you're a creator and you're selling your own info product, you know, taking upfront is best. Once you get them on the call, once you close them, you now need to worry about the payment flow. A lot of people, they actually don't think about this as much as they probably should. There's two ways to structure this. You can control the payments. The money goes to one account, then gets split after, or the creator controls payments. They collect, then send your share. I don't really like to do this one as much because it's harder to track. You have less control over it. So the best way is to control the payments. Money goes to like one account, and then you can kind of figure it all out. Keep it simple. You only need 1 to 2 tools. I'm going to break those down. Use platforms that handle payments, manage access, support subscriptions. The best platforms for you to use, okay? Obviously, if you're in this space, you've heard of WAP. It is one of the most popular platforms to use. I have had a lot of experience with WAP, and I've run WAP with a lot of creators' offers in the past. This is an example of a lower to mid ticket offer. Just an example setup used to manage a community plus payments. So as you can see, a lot of payments coming in within a week span. Now, fan bases I really love because the interface is super clear and easy to use. These platforms are extremely good to use if you have a demographic that might be like out of the country and they're not able to actually send you a direct payment via like Zelle or Wire. But obviously these platforms take a percentage of your sale, so you can have a lot of processing fees, and that kind of gets really annoying. So the easiest thing honestly to do is just use Zelle, very low or no fees. It's fast, direct bank transfer, no chargebacks, more secure for larger payments, works well for high ticket deals. Obviously when you use these, you can get some chargebacks if the person isn't satisfied with your work. But this is why using Zelle or using a wire transfer is the best, because you get the money instantly. You don't have to pay any processing fees. Honestly, focus on that the most. Don't overthink the tools. The system matters more than the platform. Financing, now we can kind of touch on financing. Financing is basically if your creator or your client doesn't have the money up front, there are some financing platforms that they can use to get started immediately. It's key for high ticket. Most people, they might not pay up front. Break payments into smaller chunks. It increases conversions. Here are just a couple: Afterpay, Klarna, Sezzle, Affirm, Zip, just some examples of financing tools. WAP and fan bases, they have most of these, so you can kind of just set those up through these platforms. You only do financing if the creator or someone wants to get started immediately, but they just don't have the funds. Now, once you accept the payment, you now have to fulfill the work and what you are actually going to provide for them, which is now deploying the offer, okay? Creating the offer for them. Exactly, we're going to touch over building the offer, low ticket setup, plus the community setup. I'm going to show you some real examples. VSL section plus landing page. The application system, which is the Typeform setup, which is basically the funnel that the creator is going to have pretty much under the piece of content that they choose to do, which obviously YouTube is the #1 platform that you're going to want to push. Post-booking system after they book a call, and the full sales system start to close. Building your offer. The offer comes from the audience. 2 core offer types. I've touched on this a little bit, but it's low ticket versus high ticket. These are based on the audience, the buying power, and the platform you decide what to lead with, like I mentioned. Example, lower buying power, younger audience, low income, short form platforms. An example of a low ticket offer. More people, more support required, okay? $50 to $200 one time, $20 to $100 a month, subscription based. I've touched on this. Community, basic access, more volume, lower margin. A perfect example of this, one of the most popular ones that basically revolutionized this space, is this platform, is the Real World. You've probably heard of it. This is just an example, but this first started off as a $50 a month. Now the creator, obviously being Tate, he had such a large audience of people, millions and millions of people that wanted to buy from him, millions of followers. When you have something like this, most of that audience came from clips and then would be funneled to maybe long form content, whatever, but mostly clips. When you have that big of an audience, it's very easy to sell a lower ticket product because people will buy quicker, okay? You want people to buy quick. You don't really want to hop on sales calls. Going into the high ticket offer, example, higher buying power, older audience, more serious, long form such as YouTube, okay? Higher ticket offer, simpler to scale because you need fewer clients, 1K to 3K plus, direct support coaching, one-on-one type of deal, clear result, higher profit per client. This is what I like to focus on because you don't have to have a large audience for it. You just have to provide value. You have to have a clear result and show that you actually do this. Now, touching on the example, the Tates, they have a low ticket offer and they also have a high ticket offer. So you can do both if you have a large audience. There's other people that do this like Iman as well, but this is an example. The War Room, $8,000. This is the high ticket offer that they sell. Creator monetization. If you're building your own brand, content drives attention, offer converts audience, system scales revenue. This is why it's very important to decide on which niche, which way you want to go, either the creator or the info operator, because as a creator and as an influencer or having a personal brand, you can have both low ticket and high ticket because you have such a large audience. Where demand comes from, the content then builds trust. After you have trust, it brings in qualified people. Creator side, high ticket works best when audience trusts you. Your role as an operator, you help structure the offer, improve conversion, increase revenue per viewer. If you are a creator, the best way to go is with the high ticket. And if you are an info operator, you need to understand your creator and how to structure them correctly based on their audience. Now, this section is very important. I'm going to show you some real life examples of some creators that I've done the full back end. This is going to be an example of a lower ticket product based on having a community. High ticket is simpler, honestly. Low ticket does take more upkeep, but this is how you do it. What a typical low ticket offer actually is. Low ticket structure takes more effort to maintain than high ticket. It needs consistent updates to keep people paying. $50 to $200 one time, $20 to $100 a month. You can raise this a little bit more. You can have like a $300 one-time thing. Platform, Discord or School. School platform is like another popular place where you can sell like a lower ticket offer, but I don't like to use School. I only really like to use Discord. It's the best one to use for this. What's included? Community, light coaching, content and frameworks, ongoing updates. If subscription, this is why it's very important. If you do a subscription, you need to constantly be adding new things, okay? If you have a subscription and you have like a course, basically someone will join your community. When they pay, they get access to the course. If it's a one-time course with just one-time information, they're not going to subscribe monthly. They're going to buy it once, they're going to leave. If you do not upkeep your community and add more value, you need to continuously add more value. Retention depends on ongoing value, not just content. People won't keep paying if nothing new is happening. So, platform choice, Discord. It's the best one for communities. It's the one that I have the most experience with, and I've been doing this for a long time. More customizable, better for active communities, slightly more setup. Now, this is an example of a fully automated payment processor on a Discord community from my clients that I mentor. Just from this payment processor, automated payment processor, that is not including WAP or the high ticket sales. Over 15K a month recurring. That's every single month they get that from the subscribers that they currently have, not including any new ones that come in. How I use low ticket: capture warm audience, filter serious buyers, move them into higher ticket. So this is from the lower ticket. You can obviously then have these lower ticket clients and move them into a higher ticket offer, just like this example does. Setup note: Discord takes a bit more to set up. It's worth it if you want deeper engagement, if you want to have a community behind you. Now, automation can connect to payment platforms to manage access automatically. This is an example of a payment platform that is strictly crypto and literally have an automated way for them to pay. You don't have to get on sales calls. That's why having a community and having a Discord is good. Another thing I forgot to mention, this is also very important if you have a large audience, because obviously there's one of you, and if you have a large audience, you'll have to get a ton of sales reps and a ton of people to hop on these calls, which is worth it, and I'll touch on that a little later. But if you want to automate everything, the best way to go is to have a fully automated Discord community where people will pay and then they will gain access to the Discord and to your info product that is inside. And that is also why these payment processors are so good. There's literally an integration in WAP. They can pay through your WAP link and then be automatically entered into your Discord community. Fanbases does the same. Now we're going to touch on the VSL section plus landing page. So this is basically what you're going to have on your landing page if you want to convert these clients. This is the most important part of your funnel. This video is what turns attention into clients. Let me make this clear. You mostly use a VSL section and a landing page if you're not using a platform like YouTube. If you're using a platform like TikTok or Instagram, if it's short form content of you teaching, you're going to need to have a really good landing page and a VSL section. If you are just doing YouTube, that's long form content. You could just use like a Typeform setup with that. You don't necessarily have to have a VSL section or a landing page because you're gonna have more trust built through that long form content. And so when people watch the content, if they're interested in working with you, they're going to fill out the form and they're already going to trust you. This is to build trust. You only have this VSL section on a landing page to build trust if you are using a short form platform like TikTok or Instagram. Low ticket, it closes instantly. You wanna have a video that shows results, everything you provide, really professional, and then like a link to join the low ticket. The high ticket, it sells them on booking a call, right? This is usually just a head talking video of you explaining your offer and what you're going to provide, core pieces of a converting VSL, who this is for, what they're about to get, make them feel the problem, the solution, which is your offer, remove doubt before it starts, how long it needs to be. Going into the first one, who this is for. Call out the exact person immediately. Make the wrong person feel excluded, make the right person feel seen. This video will literally sell them into buying your offer. What they're about to get, tell them what they'll walk away with. Be specific, don't be vague. Set the expectation for the video, make them feel the problem, show them current situation, show the gap between where they are and where they want to be. Keep it mostly about them, not you. The solution, which is your offer, introduce your offer naturally, explain what it does, not just what it is, and position it as the bridge to their result. You then want to remove doubt before it starts. Answer the questions they haven't asked yet. Keep it simple. Don't over-explain or it kills momentum. You're basically trying to close them with this call. How long it needs to be depends on how serious your audience is. Short for low intent, longer for high intent. Don't overthink this. This is all you need to know on like the VSL section and how to set it up. You'll basically put it on a website of your own, make a website, stick it on the landing page, follow these steps, and you're gonna have a really high converting VSL section. This is what I would do if you are not creating fully on a long form platform like YouTube. This is the best way to convert clients. If you are using YouTube, which I recommend, you want to use a simple Typeform setup or an application system. Typeform is super easy to use. This is the strategy I'm gonna talk about later on. This is how you can convert super high intent buyers without needing to do a VSL. Like I said, I wanna make it clear, you only do the Typeform setup if your audience already trusts you, and they trust you mainly because you are using a platform like YouTube, long form content. What you collect: contact, profile, experience, money, intent filter, basic contact information. You wanna get their age, location, their Instagram, or a platform you can reach out to them, current situation, experience, what are you currently doing, what's not working, money, how much can they invest, current income, it's optional. Intent filter, only book if serious, only book if ready to take action. All right, you wanna keep it short, 5 to 8 questions max. Too long, people will not fill out the form. They'll just close it and drop off. Too short is low quality. This is what actually matters: completion rate, time to complete, and quality of answers. The time to complete, keep under 10 minutes. Completion rate, higher is a better funnel, lower, friction problem. Filter for buyers, not everybody. This is where you want to filter, okay? You don't want to hop on calls with people that either don't have the money or they're not serious about working with you, you want to filter those people out. It's going to save you a ton of time. You don't want to talk to everybody. Only if they have the budget, have a real problem, and wants the solution immediately. Auto filter bad leads. You can do this with Typeform through the logic workflow. Disqualify low intent answers. Only pass through qualified people. And the result is that you only speak to real prospects that are ready to buy. You can literally do this in Typeform. This is an example of the logic workflow. You can have them fill out a question. Based on their answer, the Typeform will lead them to another question, which then can lead them to book a call if they're qualified. If they're not qualified, it won't flow them into booking a call with you, and they kind of just get left there. If they're qualified, book a call. If they pass, send to the booking page. If not, stop there, like I said. Control your calendar. Keep booking window tight, 1 to 2 days max. Talk while interest is high. If you say expand them to book a call 4 days later, there is a higher percentage that they're gonna lose interest if they wait that long, and then they might not book the call, they might not show up to the call. So you want to do it literally immediately if possible, same day if you're able to. To reduce no-shows, automated plus manual. Send reminders at key points before the call. This is the reminder sequence that you need to do. Immediately after booking, send them a confirmation. 24 hours reminder, 6 hours reminder, 1 hour reminder, 10 minutes before the final reminder. Trust me, you need to do this. When I was first kind of starting off, I didn't do this as much, and literally people would not show up to the call because they either forget or they are second guessing themselves or second guessing you. You do not want to have that happen. You need to constantly remind them. It's going to increase show up rates drastically. 1 to 2 hours before call, send a quick personal message like, yo, we're still good for later, an example like that, okay? Once they fill out the form and they are qualified for the call, you have to do something very important. This is the post-booking system. First thing, what happens after they book matters just as much as getting the booking. Like I said, they can book the call but never show up. So take this seriously. Once they book, your job is 2 things. They actually show up, or they show up already sold. You need to confirm attendance, high show rate. Don't rely only on automation. Send at least 1 personal message before the call. Email reminders, SMS reminders, text them 2 hours before, 15 minutes before. 1 to 2 hours before the call, quick personal check-in, example, we still good for later, like I said. Automation handles most, but the manual touch increases show up rate significantly. With Calendly, you can send an automated confirmation with a link for them to hop on the Zoom call, but that automation alone is not enough. They show up already sold. High ticket buyers need context. Nobody buys high ticket from one interaction. This is super important. They need to understand you plus your system. This right here is key information. The minimum content requirement, 1 to 2 hours of your content consumed before the call. A lot of people do not know this. This is the best percentage of people that are going to buy from you. So say they're from Instagram, okay? You want this person to have watched 1 to 2 hours of your content before they get on the call. Either that being from Instagram or YouTube or TikTok, whatever it is. The more they consume, the easier the close. If they haven't, expect resistance. If they haven't seen you or seen any of your content, they're not going to know what's going on. If they already know what's happening, they already know kind of what you offer, they are going to kind of be pre-sold before they even hop on the call. You can do call confirmation page, mandatory. After booking, send them to a page. This page is your content consumption hub. What to include? Super important. Your best YouTube video, case studies, results, proof, breakdown content, your system, so you can funnel them to a YouTube video that you already have, or funnel them, create a video on what you break down, kind of like the VSL section. If you already have content, give them your best content so that they can watch that immediately after booking the call. If you don't have content, make a video for them to consume after booking the call. They will come pre-sold. It's going to be a way easier close. Talking about closing and talking about the sales system, we're going to break it down, everything you need to know on how to close them on the call. First thing, leads enter application. They enter the Typeform, whatever. If they don't book immediately, follow up within a few hours. Follow up again within 24 hours. Keep pressure light but consistent. So many people, I used to do this too, and so many creators that I work with, they might have interest on people that book calls, but then they don't follow up. Following up your sales, if you don't have good sales right now, if you just follow up with people that are already interested in buying from you, you are going to convert them. You just need to follow up. The application result. They're qualified, not qualified. They're qualified, book a call. They're not qualified, you need to filter or redirect them. Send to content or low ticket option or exit. After the call, there's two outcomes. You either close them or you didn't close them, you didn't get the sale. Most people, they will give up if they don't close. That is not how you're going to make a lot of money. If you did close them, obviously it's pretty simple. We'll go over this. Call attended, showed up, no show. If they didn't show up, not closed, you're just going to need to follow up like we talked about. Send more content, reinforce authority, reoffer later. You need to recover. Reschedule immediately, send proof, content, keep them warm. If they showed up, follow-up system, you need to send results, send case studies, send content. Obviously, these sections are only if you did not close them. Remember that. Every lead only does this: qualify, call, close. If not, follow up. If no show, reschedule. Literally simple as that. I know this is a lot of information, but just to keep it simple, that's the framework. If they go cold, call, text, email, you don't want to drop the lead. If after a while you do all of these things and they still don't buy, obviously you do not want to be needy. You're going to need to focus on bringing in more leads. And this is literally the business that funded my dream lifestyle, from living in Dubai, living in California, traveling the world, having and driving all the supercars you can think of. This is literally the business that made all of that happen. Now, I'm not saying all this to flex, but I'm saying all this to like make it believable to you that this is achievable. I genuinely believe that this is the best online business to get into if you want to start making money, because think about every single influencer that's on social media that has money. Most likely, if they're not a streamer or they're not some sort of musician, celebrity, whatever, if they're just an influencer and they became popular and they're rich, most likely they sell an info product. It is the best business to get into as a creator and as an operator, because all you have to do is sell info. You sell information. There's so many products out there that you buy it and then you mark it up and you sell it, right? Information, education, it will never die. Think about college. How long has college been a business? Because in reality, it is a business. People are always going to need information. And the only way people learn information is when it is passed on to somebody else or someone teaches you. So it is the best business. It'll never die. All you have to do is learn something and then you can sell it. And if you have the right structures behind it, the right systems, just like these, you are going to make a lot of money and you're going to be really successful in this space. The other reason why this business is so good is because you can scale it to the moon. There is no cap with this business. You can make 100K a month, 200K a month, 300K a month. Obviously, the top people in the space make millions and millions a month doing this, hundreds of millions even. It is one of the largest businesses and the best business to get into. These info products alone, it is not saturated. It will not go anywhere because people will always buy for information. Now, this is probably one of the most important sections of this entire diagram, this entire system. It is the content engine. I'm going to go over the organic content system that I use for my clients. as well as the bulletproof YouTube conversion strategy. This is extreme sauce right here. This is gonna make you a lot of money. So first, starting with the organic content system. You only need 4 platforms to build attention plus income. I have talked about these 4 platforms, but this is how you're going to actually use them. You don't need to go viral, you need to be trusted. Remember that, okay? You could have a viral video with 1 million views and it will not convert as well as a video with 4,000 views if the content is not optimized correctly. First, let's start off with the best one, YouTube. YouTube builds the most trust out of anything that you do. This is the content kind of schedule you need to follow. Videos, 1 to 2 videos a week or 3, 10 minutes plus for each video. YouTube loves when you have long form videos and people watch the entire thing. YouTube will push the videos more if there is more watch time. Solve real problems your audience has. Mostly value, sometimes lifestyle. Speak directly to your ideal viewer. This is what converts viewers into buyers. Remember, this is not an entertainment YouTube channel that you are creating. This is not Mr. Beast. This is a YouTube channel to teach and to monetize yourself with your info product, which means you need to provide value. You need to make videos that are teaching style. You can have some entertainment lifestyle videos in there to funnel to your main teaching videos so that you can make money from them. And also you can do the lifestyle videos to get a lot of views, more subscribers, but you want to always funnel them right back into the info product. You don't need crazy views. You need the right people watching. Clear niche, strong titles, face is trust. Let's go into Instagram. Keep your current content style, just make it more intentional. Add CTAs that move people toward DM or link. This is what you want to do with Reels. 4 to 7 times a week posting. This is how new people discover you. Show lifestyle plus positioning. Every Reel should make someone think, this guy knows what he's doing. Now you can throw in some view videos, some lifestyle type of videos, but you want to have teaching style breakdown videos. Kind of like short form of your YouTube. What a lot of people do and what I've done with my clients is basically just clip up your long form YouTube videos and then post those as your Reels. That is literally all you have to do and you will convert. Lives 1 to 3 times a week. Talk through what you actually do. Answer questions. Build trust fast. Soft CTA at the end, DM link. Pretty basic. Close friends. This is a high intent audience. Once per week, people who already trust you use for breakdowns, offers behind the scenes. Okay, this is only for like a specific targeted group that might be warm leads that are interested, which is usually people that you think are good creators to work with. Stories, you want to post stories daily. Show your life plus results plus thoughts. This builds familiarity. This is why people reply. They need to see that you are being active. Most money starts from story replies. If people are seeing that you're living the lifestyle or you're teaching it, if they're seeing that you are active and working, they are going to trust you more. Your profile must convert attention into interest. Clear what you do, face visible, that's trust. Bio is solving the problem and the outcome. Highlights is proof. Mine is set up in a way that is good for an operator. This is what I've used and had success with when I am reaching out to clients and creators as a info operator. Now obviously yours is not going to be the same. Yours is going to be different or specific to your niche. If you do all of these things, here are some results from clients that I've worked with on their Instagram doing exactly this strategy. As you can see, from one video, 2 million views on one trustworthy teaching style video. It was literally a clip from the main YouTube long form video. 9,000 followers from just that one video. And in 30 days, 21,000 followers in 30 days, literally started from nothing. These are the kind of results that I bring to my clients. Going on to Twitter, okay, or X. X is, like I've said, it's very good, but it takes a little longer to build up. Tweets, you want to do 2 to 4 a day. Share your thoughts plus lessons. Speak directly to your niche. Slightly polarizing is more reach, okay? So if you're a little controversial, that's how you're really going to get views on X. So people disagree with you or people comment on your tweets. Replies, 20 to 50 a day. This is extremely important. If you want to grow your X account, you have to reply to people's tweets. That's the only way you're actually going to start conversations. That's the way you build up an X account. You have to start conversations with people. And if you don't, people are not going to see you. And first of all, they're not going to follow you. People on X are a little more hostile and will tell you what they think, right? So this is where most growth comes from. Reply to creators in your space and turn replies into conversations. Then DMs. Mix lifestyle plus authority, and you want to show that you actually live what you talk about. Trust is very important. And I'm not talking about living a crazy lifestyle. If you don't have money right now, you don't have to post lifestyle content or flex content. You just need to post what you know, your info. Post information. Sit down videos just like this, explaining what you do as a business and what you can offer creators or people that are wanting to learn. Your profile should instantly explain what you're about. Now, going on to TikTok. TikTok, you want to post 5 to 7 times a week, ideally every day. Pure reach, repurpose content, don't overthink. You just need to stay consistent. You just want to post, get the content out every single day. This is top of funnel only. This is just to bring people in to your long form content or to your funnel to convert them. It's really only the platform to push people to IG or YouTube. Simple bio, redirect traffic. Don't try to sell here. You want to try to sell on the better platforms. With the core 4 platforms, your job is not to post more. It's to double down on what is working. Keep what already gets attention. Improve what brings conversations, and you want to remove what does nothing. So if something is not working, you need to adjust. But if something is working, double down on that. All you have to do, double down. You're gonna get some wins, double down on the wins, keep going. How content actually turns into money. This is a simplified version of this whole content marketing strategy. The content actually turns into money by first, content gets attention, stories, replies, those start conversations, or they go into your funnel. Then that turns into either DMs or going into your funnel. And from that, they turn into clients. That covers the organic content system. Very important. If you do these exact steps, you are going to start getting leads. Now, going on to the YouTube conversion strategy, a lot of sauce here. Make sure you pay attention. These are real life examples. I'm gonna go over those, but YouTube is the highest intent traffic you can get, as we know. This is the full strategy on YouTube. Smaller views, higher quality people. Viewers already trust long form content, easier to convert versus short form audiences. As you can see, this is an example of a YouTube account that I fully ran the backend monetization and the info product for. It doesn't matter on views, okay? This is pretty decent views for a smaller account, but with an account with 6,000 subscribers, you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month if you have the right content. One good video can outperform 100 reels. Here is an example of one of those videos. 19,000 views, 400 subscribers from this video. Now, these subscribers are not low intent people. This is all US based. These 400 people, right? Imagine you convert a small percentage of those people into a high ticket offer. This video alone can generate tens of thousands of dollars, obviously not from YouTube, but if you sell an info product. This isn't about going viral. It's about controlling who finds you. You decide the audience, you decide the messaging, you attract people already ready to buy. If your content is positioned the right way, your video will get placed in front of the people's eyes that you want to buy from you. As you can see, this is an example of the shorts, and this goes back to what I was saying earlier with TikTok or Reels or short form content. A lot of that gets pushed to India, okay, because there's a high population. That is low intent buying. That's like 6-second type of clips, shorts, okay? That is why the videos get pushed to US based. This is a higher demographic. These are high ticket buyers. This is higher intent because it is more specific to the people that you are attracting. The goal isn't views, it's retention. If people watch longer, you will win. If they leave fast, you will disappear. If your content keeps people watching, YouTube will push it more. YouTube pushes videos that hold attention. Watch time equals how long they stay on your video. Session time is how long they stay on YouTube after. This is very important. YouTube loves this. If you have a video and in the description of the video you have a link to another video, YouTube will reward you for having the viewer stay on their platform. If they go to another YouTube video after watching your video, they will push your original video more. Your YouTube content should match your funnel. The top attracts new people, middle builds trust, bottom converts. Top of funnel is like lifestyle videos that get tons of views, people want to watch entertainment. That then goes into kind of middle teaching videos of what you actually teach in your info product. And then the bottom is long form videos fully teaching that actually converts into your funnel. Every video should lead somewhere. We've talked about this, but just as a reminder, you want to either bring them to your Instagram profile, another video, DM offer, which is your Typeform funnel. No dead end content, okay? Even if it's a lifestyle video and you didn't talk about teaching anything, then you funnel them to another YouTube video where you do teach. You just put the link of the other YouTube video or a VSL landing page like we talked about. But if you're pushing YouTube videos, then just have them traffic to another YouTube video. People don't just buy information, they buy belief. They need to see your life, they need to trust your results, they need to feel like you are real. That is very important, and by doing all of these things, that is how you are going to succeed. Now, I just went over absolutely everything. I know this is a long video, but just to give a little recap, if you follow all of these steps, you are going to start printing money. And if you did stick around for the entire video, props to you, because I know this is a long video. It took a lot of time to make all of these sections, but if you did stick around, you are one of the few people that actually have a big chance to succeed in this space, because most people don't spend their time learning new information, learning how to make money. This is literally jam-packed of all of the information you need. Congrats to you for honestly sticking through. If you do have any questions after watching this video, drop them down in the comment section or DM me on Instagram at Matthew Rodden. And if you are interested in working one-on-one with me, fill out the form in the description below in this video. I will see if we're a good fit to work together, and I will help you sign your first client/creator. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you are interested in learning even more, I'm going to drop some new videos, so make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys